Hey Zan guys and gals, welcome to another episode of Moth Movies where I talk about my favorite sci-fi, horror, and cult classic TV shows and movies to strike up a conversation about film and what made me a fan of these shows and movies in the first place. And on today's episode, I'll be talking about a new movie that dropped on Netflix not too long ago called Polar, based on the graphic novel of the same name written by Victor Santos, starring the fantastic Mads Mikkelsen. I've always been a big fan of movies about assassins, and Polar is no exception, especially when we've been getting some great assassin fanfare recently with the new John Wick trailer that dropped and the confirmation of a Black Widow movie in development. Which, let me be the first to say, anytime I can see Scarlett Johansson's fine ass on screen for an hour or two kicking ass, consider at least one ticket from me sold. But getting back to Polar, this tells the story of a seasoned assassin named Duncan on the heels of retirement, planning to live a quiet life in a remote small town. Just before he retires, he is given one more job, expecting this to be his last big payout, when actually the mission is nothing but a setup to get him killed so that his assassin boss named Blutt doesn't have to pay him at all. Which is petty as fuck considering the castle he already lives in that he's probably paid off with all that fine British coin he's been collecting. Man, but I digress, man. Duncan carries out his mission nonetheless, and he warns his young female assassin friend that the boss better pay up. In the meantime, our retired assassin Duncan begins his retirement in a small town where he stays in a small cabin, played by flashbacks of a mission he had where he had to assassinate a car full of people, but unknown to him, he finds out that a small child is the only one left alive after carrying out his mission, and instead of killing her, he has no choice but to let her live because of his personal code. During this point of Duncan trying to live a normal life of retirement, we quickly start to realize that he has a difficult time trying to adjust to his new way of life, being quote-unquote normal. We see this especially when he runs into a young woman in a convenience store that is awkward as fuck as well and paranoid, and then meets her a second time in a local diner, finding out she lives in a cabin right across the way from him. And he doesn't know how to act, gifting her with a gun and teaching kids at a local school she knows how to kill people with different assassin weapons, which is a pretty great scene. Meanwhile, the assassin boss has sent 5 of his henchmen to hunt down Duncan and kill him. Hilda, Cindy, Carl, Alexi, and Facundo. And that's when shit starts to get real. As always, I don't want to spoil the movie, but if you like hyper-violent assassin flicks with dead mouse techno tunes pulsating through every action scene, this is definitely a good watch and a great cult classic to get you through a Friday night. Thanks again for watching another episode of Moth Movies. If you're new to the channel, join the Zan Mafia and hit that subscribe button. And if you dig the video, then drop a like. Until then, see you next time.